Good morning, everyone. It's me, Susie Sunshine here. Today's topic is hurtful comments and/or words. Um, so recently, um, who I live with uh, has been saying some things that have been starting to bother me more than they probably have in the past, and I'm not overly thrilled with them, and um, they're hurtful, and it's not right. And I understand my mental disability 100% better than I did in my past. And I know from experience that I'm sensitive, and there are things that I don't know, I take more to my heart than other people, normal people would. And perfect example of that is criticism. I'm horrible at taking criticism. I am. And that's probably because I'm overly sensitive. Now, as to what causes oversensitivity, I can't tell you that because, like I said, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist. Um, but I do know that with certain things, we just have to take it in a different way. Like hurtful comments. I'll give you some examples of what I've been going through. You're fat, you're not pretty, um, you need to move more, you're gonna die of a heart attack, you're just XYZ under the sun. And that hurts. I'm not gonna say it doesn't hurt, it does. Um, I know I'm not as skinny as what like our traditional people are and our role models are because they're slim, they're thin, they're not as curvy as I am. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm the most healthiest person in the world. I know I have my issues with fast food and other things, which I'm trying to cut down on. And that's part of my New Year's resolution is to exercise a little bit more than I am, get more, because that's my ADHD getting ahead of me here. But when it comes to or like hurtful comments and hurtful words, it's hard for somebody with mental disability to process that in a way that's not going to either A, send us to the hospital if we know what our triggers are, um, or B, where it's so bad that we unfortunately end our life, or C, you know what I mean, which I hope it never, like, I hope nobody ends their life over harmful comments because it's not worth it. It's not worth ending your life over something silly. When if you reach out and get help, C, I would always call, like I said, the suicide hotline's my number to go to just to have someone to talk to. Um, Sometimes they will call if they need to. Emergency services if they need to, if they feel that you are a threat to yourself and others. But other than that, you know what I mean? I think it's a good resource for everyone to use because they are there. And it's somebody, because if, like, let's say your therapist and your doctor, I'm sorry, ooh, need more caffeine, are not available, they are a nice option. You know what I mean? Because they're 24 hours. Um, Something to keep in mind. But like I said, hurtful words, it's hard to turn something negative, let's say like I'm fat, into a positive, like, hey, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm a little big boned, but you know what? I'm living my best life. And that's what we have to remember is that we matter. We are important. We don't deserve anything less than somebody else just because they're not happy in their life. And that's how we have to look at it is like all these negative things, with the hurtful words, the hurtful comments. Just because that person's not happy doesn't mean that they should have every right to make us unhappy with them because misery loves company. It's just unfortunately how it is. But if we can turn their negative comments and understand that they're coming at us because of the fact they're not happy and just let it kind of go in one ear and out the other, it helps us to understand, like, hey, you know what? We're not the problem here, because we're not. Okay, we're not a problem. As my cat's meowing, I'm sorry. Again, ADHD kicking in. I apologize. But like I said, this is just me and how I deal with it on a daily basis. But yeah, it's like having that negative person that's always going to say all these negative comments to you. But then again, you look at how miserable they are. And then they're like, hey, I'm miserable. She's happy. Let me touch her nerve and like let me make her miserable too. It's like an evil superpower is what I would like to call it. You know what I mean? It's like the dark clouds kind of all over them and then make people miserable. Now, the aggravating part for me is when, being that I'm mentally, have a mental disability, rather, I don't want to say mentally ill, mental disability, kind of gives you an opportunity. Like I said, I've been dealing with this since I was 16 years old. And you can kind of pinpoint certain things with certain people, like, hey, that's a bipolar trait. Hey, that's an ADHD trait. Hey, that's an anxiety trait. And quite honestly, the person that's always been giving me these comments, I really feel is like at least probably close to 95% bipolar, because they have tendencies to be like really negative and then like, hey, can I get a kiss? Can I do this? Can I do that? I want to, like, let's go out. Let's go have fun. Let's, do this together. And I'm like, just a couple hours ago, you're like, blah, 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 blah. And now you're like, hey, and I'm like, why does this sound similar to what I'm going through on a daily basis? You know what I mean? And I guess because of my years of experience, and like I said, I'm not like a licensed professional by any shape or form. I am not, and I applaud those who are, because that's a lot of patience you must have. Even my therapist, I think she needs a raise. I mean, but love her to love though. But she's got to see not just me, just like 5 million other people probably. Again, ADHD kicking in there. But like I said, like, we have to look at things more in a positive light, even though they're being negative. We have to take that negative and turn it into a positive. And that's kind of like a typical math equation. Okay. Like, you have algebra, which I can't stand. Okay. I was really bad at it in high school. And you always had to have like x equals 3 minus 5, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to turn into a positive answer. It can come out to -5, that answer, but you have to turn into a +5. So you have to get all the negatives and all the same stuff on the same side to get the positive answer that you want, which is annoying because like, I never thought math would be so much involved in life at all, and it really is a lot. But either way, okay, I'm sorry, need more caffeine. Either way you look at it, you have to realize negative comments and negative anything rather, or just that person trying to reach out possibly for help, or they just enjoy being not so fun all the time. And that's the nice way of putting it, not so fun all the time. And I've been there. I've been that person. And then I was like, you know what? It takes more energy to be that negative person than to be a positive, upbeat person. Because if you see me in all my videos, you've seen me at my worst, you've seen me at my best, and you've seen me when my ADHD is on full blast. You've seen me upset, you see me crying, you see my emotional roller coaster I deal with on a daily basis in different videos and different topics. So can you only imagine me, you real life, I guess in a diary, but kind of not at the same time, where I'm showing you the real me. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not doing anything in a sense of where I'm like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. This is what I have to deal with. And blah, 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 blah. No, I'm telling you exactly how it is, in my opinion, and how I cope with it. Now, you could either take it, with a grain of salt, or you cannot. It depends on you. But like I said, I'm trying to do this to help anybody that needs to hear it. And that's all I can do. You know what I mean? I can only give you what I do as an example and know that you're not alone, because nobody is. And again, getting off topic because that's my ADHD. But I think I'm going to end my video there today. Today I vote for Sven. And I hope you guys have a lovely holidays in case I don't get a chance to do a video before then. And I hope this helps whoever it does. This is Susie Sunshine. Bye, guys.